This PowerPoint presentation will discuss the quantitative survey research done on attitudes towards stronger U.S. borders between non-Hispanic U.S. citizens and Hispanic U.S. citizens. The United States has many types of borders that need to be defended. Some are invisible, like the ones used to shoot down attack missiles in cyberspace, and others are visible, like the U.S.-Mexico border. Lately, we have been hearing a lot of concerns over the U.S.-Mexico border. These concerns have stirred a lot of debate in our nation's capital. With the Hispanic community being the largest minority group in the United States, what are Americans' attitudes concerning this issue? So the purpose of this study is to see if non-Hispanic and Hispanic citizens' attitudes on stronger borders are influenced by their ethnicity. The United States is a nation that has a long history of attracting and retaining immigrant populations from around the world. In 1965, the U.S. immigration laws that had a national quota system were changed, which has led to an increase in the number of immigrants living in the country today. As a result, there are more than 40 million people living in the country who were born in a different country, with almost every country represented among the immigrants living in the U.S. Radford, 2019. Since 1990, the unauthorized immigration population has tripled in size, and more than 25% of the immigrants are unauthorized. It is important to note that most of the immigrants population in the U.S. is from Mexico, and recent policies by the government show a restriction on immigration and even less tolerance toward immigrants. Despite their immigration status in this country, Hispanic immigrants who do not speak English as their primary language are worried about their deportation. In addition, arrest of immigrants, even those without criminal backgrounds, has increased by 40% within the first 8 months of the Trump administration. Lopez et al., 2018. So, a third of the Hispanics in the U.S. are immigrants, and 55% of the Hispanic population reported that they were worried about the border policies in the country. According to Radford, 2019, most non-Hispanic whites reported a positive view about immigrants. More than 60% mentioned that immigrants strengthened the country due to their hard work and talents. However, 24% of those surveyed reported that immigration levels in the U.S. should be decreased. The border wall policy and debate is mainly targeting the Hispanics coming in the country through the South American border due to their proximity to the country. There are many different views among the population on having stronger borders. It is important to carry out a survey to find the perceptions and stands of Hispanics and non-Hispanics to determine whether nationalistic policies are at play in the U.S. border debate. The hypothesis for this survey project was that non-Hispanic U.S. citizens tend to support stronger borders than Hispanic U.S. citizens. Data collection. Data collection is the process of gathering and measuring information on targeted variables. The instrument we used for this survey project was an online survey questionnaire. Using a survey questionnaire, we were able to perform a cross-sectional observation of a sample population. Using online custom surveys speeds up data collection, data analysis, organization, and lowers the data error entries. Additionally, using a survey questionnaire reveals the relationship between the variables used in the hypothesis. In this case, we were comparing the correlation between ethnicity and border support. Sampling. There are many methods of sampling, as you can see by looking at the diagram to your right. In this survey project, we use convenience sampling. It is a non-probability sample. This sampling method was chosen due to convenience, which is implied in the title, so the time constraints, in addition to access to the classroom database. The sample included 58 university students enrolled in the BAAS 3020 Foundations of Inquiry and Discovery at the University of North Texas. Data analysis. Data analysis is a process of inspecting data with the goal of finding useful information. Data was analyzed using a bivariate table recorded to reflect the percentage difference in the agreement between ethnic categories. Results show a 31% difference between Hispanic U.S. citizens and non-Hispanic U.S. citizens. Support for stronger borders. The 31% difference supports the hypothesis, given the sample available. The high difference percentage in the results reflect the increase in U.S. security concerns. U.S. citizens are being bombarded with information about potential physical threats from foreign terrorist organizations like Al-Qaeda and cyberspace attacks like the one used by the Russians in the 2016 presidential election. The current administration claims that Mexico is flooding the U.S. with murders, gangs, and drug dealers. These narratives have divided the country. No matter where you stand on these issues, many non-Hispanic U.S. citizens may feel it's better to be safe than sorry and have increased national security relating to U.S.-Mexico borders. Ideas for future research. Research study on the economic and global impact of growing border fears on U.S. trade. Another research study should be done on the most effective ways the U.S. can assist North American governments in handling domestic issues. Most of the people at the U.S.-Mexican border are asylum seekers, running or escaping domestic issues in North America. So it would be to our benefit to assist them in handling these issues. Global fears of countries like China and North Korea are impacting American businesses. So it would also benefit us to study more on how fear is impacting our global trade.